the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2 of OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Of course, our Monday shows brought to you by Bayou Automotive. BayouAutomotive.com is the website. The New Orleans Saints got a chance to see their rookies at rookie minicamp over the weekend. Certainly, a lot of eyeballs going to be on Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, some of those early picks, Christian Miller, who you take there in the second round out of UGA. I would say Barryon Brown because of his LSU ties, and word was that he had a really good rookie minicamp as well. But we'll start with Jordan Tyson, who you took number 8 overall. Saints desperately needed some juice at the receiver position. They needed somebody who was a difference maker. They needed somebody with his skill set and his size. And certainly, look, it's not pads. Sometimes you don't really need pads to be able to tell who's the Jimmies and who's the Joes and things like that. And it certainly felt like Jordan Tyson was that guy at rookie minicamp. And so if he can stay healthy, which is going to be the question, right? It wasn't a skill. It wasn't a production. It was a health question that was asked about Jordan Tyson when the draft was a couple of weeks ago. And so you clear him there, and he's had an ACL. He's had hamstring. He's had a collarbone. So he's had a little bit of everything, but you felt good enough to draft him 8 overall. And just by one rookie minicamp, you can certainly see why you would want to do that. A difference maker, to say the least, but also when you're watching the one-on-ones, Jordan Tyson looks a little different than everybody else out there.
Yeah, and, the concerns going into the draft for all of us that were, making billions of mock drafts and talking about all the potential people that would be available at the number 8 overall pick. Jordan Tyson was one of those guys that said, man, if only he didn't have all those injuries, there wasn't that concern, he would be the unquestioned guy, probably go higher than 8. Like he was probably the only receiver that we thought, at least on the show, that had that talent to have a single-digit draft number by his name at the end of the day. And that shows, and it shows early on. Now, both of the things showed, the talent and the health concerns, because he did miss part of the rookie minicamp, but that was not due to injury. It was just part of the Saints. They addressed it, and they were like, look, we get it. This is all part of the maintenance plan. Like we finally got our mitts around these guys. Like the draft picks are here. We've been thinking about this and studying this a long time. We're not just going to, take this guy that has had some injuries in the past. Let's ease him in a little bit slowly. It was all part of their plan. So, of course, probably made Saints fans a little bit nervous to see that he wasn't at one of the practices. But, all part of the plan. It's a long time before training camp starts, a long time before the Saints really need him to go. But like Jake said, good to see them out there. And look, honestly, I think one of the guys that can make the biggest impact next year is going to be Barryon Brown. Like, I think that from a return game standpoint and just the way that they can use him, there's going to be all eyes on Chris Olave and Jordan. Yeah. Like, all eyes on them. Defenses are going to try to stop those guys, and it's going to make opportunities, especially a speedster.
Yeah.
Give him a lot of opportunities down the field. So get a lot of one-on-one matchups, get some coverage rolled the opposite direction from them. I think that he has a chance, and boy, would we love to see an LSU guy make an impact for the Saints. I think that's always fun hadn't happened a lot But it's always fun when that happens for fans to see the LSU guys go there and make a big impact.
Yeah, like Mickey told you, I didn't trade up and I drafted an LSU guy.
That's right. So y'all shouldn't be talking any of that ish towards me.
Barry Brown might have a role in offense, and like it might not be a incredibly impactful role, but it might be a small role, like Matt said, to be able to help you do some different things. The Saints have a lack, true explosive speed, like game-changing speed. They've lacked that a little bit, and so Brown certainly gives you that, and he can stress the defense vertically from the very get-go. But also, Nick Underhill, who joins us every Tuesday, talked about what he's going to be in the return game as well. Mentioned they need a dynamic returner. Remember, Barry Brown has the SEC record for return touchdowns, kickoff return touchdowns, so he helps you there from day one. We'll see what happens on punt return. Didn't really do a whole lot of that in college compared to kick returns, but he certainly gives you that from the very get-go. And then whatever you get from him offensively feels like a little lanyard.
Yeah, I think he's got an opportunity to kind of be like, is it Tez Johnson for the Bucs last year? Who, young guy, speedy guy, and had a couple of games early where it's just like, oh, whoa, like, okay, this guy's got it. He can beat you down the field. Yeah. I think Tez early on had some like big 2-touchdown games.
Yeah.
Like I think Barron, like, coming in has that opportunity to put defenses or at least coordinators on the heels a little bit when they have to game plan against the Saints. And I think he's got that type of big play potential. And you just don't know, like a 6th-round pick coming in, like you don't know. You know what he can do in the return game. That's probably why they drafted him. But like, he could be one of these guys that really flashes and surprises people at what he can do at the wide receiver room just because of offensive-minded head coach. You got a lot of young talent. There's going to be a lot of the defense. They're not going to be expecting him to be able to be impactful. So that's kind of my player to watch right now from this past draft.
One more to talk about offensively is Oscar Delp, the tight end out of Georgia. Now, this is somebody that we know he's tough. Guy had a broken foot, didn't even know it. He didn't know it until he went to the combine, and he did the physical there that we always talk about, and how strenuous and how long of a process that is to get a physical in Indy. But this is somebody that a lot of people feel like is underused when he was at UGA. Like, you could have used him in some of the ways you used Brock Bowers. Is he Brock Bowers? No. But a lot of people thought he would be the guy that you would use in that role. You never really used him to the same effect because, well, you had a different offensive coordinator, and it just never looked the same. But he was certainly someone that turned heads at rookie minicamp. And, Matthew, you'd be able to tell us way better than anybody what it means to have a tight end that you can trust and value.
I mean, it's especially in the evolution of football right now.
Yeah.
There's different, like,
was it 23 tight ends drafted this year?
Yeah, something like that. In the top, one of the top, if not the most explosive and best and most consistent offenses in the entire NFL last year, utilized 13 personnel. Yeah. And what that is, Alondra, what's 13 personnel?
1 running back.
Yep.
3 tight ends.
Yeah, there we go.
What else?
2 wide receivers.
Oh.
No, wait, 1 wide receiver. Sorry. Y'all know I'm bad at math.
Math be mathin'. Yeah, so, like, you think about that. In a day and age where passing yards and quarterbacks are king, the most explosive passing offense, or one of the most explosive passing, had 3 tight ends on the field. That's a position that keeps evolving. As players get bigger, stronger, faster, we see it on defense all the time. It's like, my God, where are these people made? They're made in a lab. Like, you don't have the big fat guys anymore. You don't have a lot of them. Like, defensive line, offensive line, you're looking at guys with, under 15, 20, 15% body fat, like, going out there and playing. They still weigh the same. They're just bigger, stronger, faster. Now you're seeing that evolution with humans at the tight end position. A lot more athleticism that people can both block. And it's just, and we've always had the tight end position, and guys excel at it. You're just seeing more and more of it. And of course, you're seeing offensive-minded offensive coordinators, offensive head coaches. You're seeing them being able to utilize it, and it's a copycat league. So if one person's having success with it, the rest of the league is going to follow until somebody on defense figures out a way to stop it, and then it's an evolution. It's constantly rotating on what personnels work, what kind of type of offenses are going to work in the NFL. And right now, tight ends are a huge, huge part of what NFL teams want to do. And we saw it with what the Saints have done.
Yeah. And the Saints last year just did not use multiple tight ends. They only used 13 personnel 8% of the time. They only used 12 personnel 16.8% of the time. So way, 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 way down the list of 12 personnel teams. In fact, that was, I think, we're talking about 27th in the NFL.
Yep.
In 12 personnel usage. And for 11 personnel, they used that 67% of the time. That was fourth most in the National Football League behind Tennessee, Tampa Bay, and the Jets.
Yep.
So it wasn't something they used a lot last year. In fact, it's something that when they did use it, you fell into really bad tendencies of what you were going to do. So certainly a point of emphasis to be able to get out there and get Juwan Johnson and Oscar Delp on the field at the same time.
Yeah, and if you have to obviously have the dudes to be able to use a lot of successfully use a lot of tight ends and inside receivers. Like the most successful passing games at the NFL level. Now in college, it's a little bit different. We looked at like a Lane Kiffin offense. This is a little bit more outside in. But most successful offenses at the higher levels of football are inside out passing concepts, inside out passing mentality. The fastest way to the end zone is over the middle. That's how the most successful, like you're just not going to make a lot of hay consistently working outside the numbers.
Right.
So in between the hashes, right around the hashes, and that's where the tight ends have their success. If you can line a bunch of them up, and you saw the same, like that's why the evolution of the slot receiver, your traditional Z's and X's, the new age offensive coordinators 10, 15 years ago started moving those guys into the slot because it created matchup issues. Because you have to sort things out as a defense, and you got 2 or 3 guys running vertically over the middle of the field, it's a lot harder to figure out, are they going left, are they going right? Now, if you're on the outside and you're a corner, like there's only one direction he can go. He can't go towards the sideline, really, unless it's like a timing out route, and sometimes you just gave those up. But like you were able to play a little bit more inside-out leverage. But when it's in the middle of the field, that's why the most successful passing routes and passing teams are more of an inside-out approach. It just creates a lot more confusion, lets you take advantage of the zones a lot better, and it's just that's the flaw. All the successful teams that I was on offensively, that was the approach. Fastest way to the end zone, over the middle.
And you can't be afraid to use the middle of the football field. Like a team we cover every single day was afraid to use the middle of the football field. There's not caution tape. There's not police tape saying you can't go here.
Yep.
You actually can use that portion of the field. And so it is the quickest way to the end zone. And if you can get that done, you make everybody cover every blade out there and not just some of the blades of grass out there, as we saw a year ago. And remember, the Saints also did sign Noah Fant in free agency. So they'll have Juwan Johnson, Noah Fant, and Oscar Delp available. So we could see that 13 personnel go up as well. All right, we will step away. A little LSU football talk when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done. When you go to getgordon.com, remember you can have a chat right there with a live agent. It's going to pop up any question that you might have. If you want to find out more information by picking up the phone and giving them a call, you can do that anywhere in the state of Louisiana. Shreveport, Monroe, Alexandria, Lafayette, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Houma. DeRidder is always a go-to for me. I like to use DeRidder here in this conversation.
Sure.
Wherever. Natchitoches, does not matter. Anywhere in Louisiana, put your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
A lot of accidents in DeRidder.
They are, I think they're the Dragons. So maybe.
The Dragons.
I think they are.
Nice. I like that. You know that. Hey,
They are.
if you've been injured or a loved one has suffered an injury due to someone else's negligence, you need Louisiana personal injury attorney who's experienced, compassionate, and relentless in fighting for you. And that is Gordon McKernan, injury attorney. Go check him out, 888-8888 or getgordon.com. Getgordon.com.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn. Presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back in. OTB confirmed DeRidder Dragons.
Love that.
Figured you would. Your nickname is Dragon, so yeah.
According to Amazon.
according to you, self-given. ESPN.com put out an article, College Football Top 25 Award Candidates for Every Team. LSU's preseason Top 25. And for them, coming in at number 11, by the way, it predicts that their award winner would be, any guess? No guess? Any position? Any player? Any award?
What's the award again?
Any award.
Any
Any
award.
college football award.
Oh, best tight end.
That'd be the Mackey.
Mackey.
Did you know that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Who would that go to?
Sure does.
Okay. Alondra, any guess? Award?
For the tight end award
No, any player. No, any player on LSU. If they were to win an award, who would it be?
this season,
Yeah, in this upcoming season. Who would be your guess?
somebody on the defense.
What's wrong with the offense?
I just don't
Nothing
know
we
enough
don't
about
know.
them.
We don't know what it looks like. Yeah.
They're also terrible.
I don't know, but somebody on the defense.
Whit Weeks, Leadership Award.
Do I have to give like a?
No,
okay.
you're good. Defense, it is.
Okay.
And you got there eventually. It says if LSU was to win an award, it would be linebacker Whit Weeks, and that would be the Buckus Award for the nation's best linebacker.
We got there together.
There you go.
Our one brain cell.
I like my first one.
The write-up from Andrea Adelson said, there is little doubt that Weeks' decision to return was a huge win for new Tigers coach Lane Kiffin and the defensive coordinator Blake Baker, who has his linchpin back. And he is sure to be a preseason All-American. Weeks missed the bulk of last season with a broken ankle. In 2024, he started 11 games and had 125 tackles, including 10 for loss, 3.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 6 quarterback hurries, and an interception. So it says if Weeks stays healthy and puts up that type of production again, he will be up for every major Defensive Player of the Year award in the country. And Witt's health is certainly going to be, I would say, the most important outside of maybe Trey'Dez Green. Because like you said, like there's just not a lot of Trey'Dez Greens walking the earth.
No.
There's just not, that have his size and his athletic ability. There's also not a lot of Whit Weeks that you can put in the middle of your defense. We saw that last year, how that drastically changed. And look, Wes Weeks played much better, I think, than anybody anticipated. And Wes found himself now, he's on an NFL roster with the Colts, right? And we saw what he did at Pro Day. Like, Wes got better, but Whit Weeks was preseason All-American.
Yep.
And so, you know, no disrespect to Keys when he came in. It's just not the same, though. So you've added other players, too, because it can't just be a one-trick pony in the middle of your defense. Like, you added a guy in Daugherty that started at linebacker for Ole Miss last year, too. So, and you've got another Weeks brother as well. So it's the group as a whole that's going to make Whit Weeks, I think, an even better player. It's just, you know, staying healthy, staying on the field, because he got hurt against Baylor in that Texas Bowl, right? And then, like, you try to get him back, you get him back, and then he gets another injury there. And, man, he tried. I still don't know how he went out there against South Carolina and played that game, like, with a broken ankle.
Yep.
And he was going off vibes and probably tore it all, but he did it. And he tried to play a couple of different times. He played a little bit in the Oklahoma game. He tried to give you everything he had. He just he had a broken ankle.
Yep.
So now that, you know, they've been smart with him during spring practice, he didn't do a whole lot. He went out there a couple of times, talked to Whit the other day. He feels ready to go, feels good to go. And he, like, Trey'Dez on offense, Whit Weeks on defense are going to be your most important players. And I know you're probably listening saying, what about the quarterback? Well, you went out and did a really nice job of drastically improving your quarterback depth. You don't have another Trey'Dez. And that's no disrespect to any other tight end on this roster. But again, Trey'Dez and what he can do is truly one of one. You don't have another Whit Weeks on this roster either. Not a lot of teams in the country do.
They talked about Whit Weeks and talking about him playing through his injury. You said he was kind of going on vibes and tore it all.
Yeah.
You know, I would put a little bit of meathead mentality and a lot of heart into that as well, into that equation. And a lot of heart is what you don't always see in college football anymore, is what I think the biggest, you know, the only downside, I guess, to the state of college football right now is sometimes you don't get that. Well, in that aspect, Whit Weeks is a unicorn.
Yeah.
Guy that has stuck around. He has done the right thing. A guy that, you know, you cut him open, he bleeds purple and gold, right? And you don't always see that with college athletes anymore, because it is, I mean, it is what it is. It's a pay for play type situation, and that is okay. But he is a unicorn, and not only from his like physical play, because obviously he's very talented, and the way he plays, he's susceptible at that position that he plays in the sport that he plays to be injured. Unfortunately, he has had some that has put him out. But the way he plays the game, obviously going to make a huge impact for the Tiger defense. But more importantly, his presence on the field. I think this article referred to him as the linchpin, a keystone, whatever it is. He is what holds it all together from a leadership standpoint. And with him on the field, everybody's better. Of course, as a whole, it's going to make him better because he's got good parts around him. But if he is on the field, everything is going to operate more efficiently. Everybody's going to play a little bit better just because having him on the field, having that presence. And in a world where everybody is a pay-for-play type person, having that one person that is that LSU guy and can show them the way for that and tell them what it means to play here and be here, that makes a huge difference. Yeah. Now, whether it might be a small difference, might be a tiny difference, it might be a little extra effort on the first step or the fifth step.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get a loaf that you got last year with him on the field. If you do, it'll be a lot fewer. And that happened last year.
My man was puking rally a couple times last year.
Absolutely, he was. So it's it's one of those things that he is going to be a huge part of, and keeping him healthy is. And of course, you talked about Trey-Dez. I've said it multiple times. Trey-Dez has the opportunity and the ability, if the offense, barring good luck with injuries, and having his their best ability is availability.
Yeah.
If he is available all season, and the coaching staff has a big responsibility, a big challenge on trying to scheme it up to where he can showcase his skill set, he has the opportunity to be the most dangerous offensive weapon in the entire country in college football. So a lot of things to look forward to as LSU fans. We're pretty close. I know softball is going to make a run at this thing, but we're pretty close football season.
Yeah.
With baseball being what it is. All attention, all eyes, all the focus is going to start shifting that direction here pretty shortly.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of talk going forward on LSU football and a lot of speculation. It's going to be a lot of that. It's kind of like leading up to the draft. Yeah. We're going to talk a lot about different things and the way things could shake out or play out. But Trey-Dez, I think, is going to be that guy that at the end of the year, everybody's going to be talking about that dude. And probably with a single digit by his name in the 2027 draft. So,
with this staff, with his ability, and the mismatches that they can create, because there's actual ball plays that attack the middle of the football field.
Not as much as I want, though.
There's not as much, buddy. If you threw 3 over the middle of the field,
I know
that would be an improvement. Seriously.
I know, for real.
Not even like trying to be funny with the number.
Further than 5 yards down the field.
Do you remember they threw one? It was late in the season. You were well into SEC play. You were already getting your butt kicked, and they threw just like a bang 8 over the middle. I forget which receiver it was, but they hit him. He was like a step inside the hash, and I'm calling the game, and I'm like, oh my God.
What?
I was like, Chris, they threw it in the middle of the field to a receiver down the field. Like, that shouldn't stand out to you, but it did. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to start this. It's going to make me.
You don't have to start it. Here, look. And it came off of a year where they were doing an incredible job.
Oh my God.
That's why I was so high on Aaron Anderson coming into the year, because I'm like, this guy's got a great football IQ, attacks the middle of the field. But we just talked about with the Saints and the addition of all the tight ends and how multiple tight ends, the Rams have started exploiting it. The Seahawks are exploiting it. Like, attacking the middle of the field is inside out passing mentality. Now, I tried to make that point a couple of months ago when Lane came. I was like, man, this is why they're successful, and we try to count it, but they actually don't. Lane's offense doesn't necessarily attack. That's why I say college football can be a little bit bit different. They did throw it outside the hash, but they create their mismatches in different ways, getting the moving the pocket for quarterbacks, making people make decision on the quarterback as well. So it wasn't necessarily as much as I wanted or I expected to see with how successful Lane's offenses are. That's kind of my philosophy and a lot of people's philosophy of inside-out passing mentality. It's kind of an anomaly, I guess. It's very highly consistently successful offense that does And maybe the philosophy still is inside out, but a lot of their passes do end up going outside the hash. So, but we'll see. It's a challenge. Like when you have somebody as talented as Trey Dez, it's a lot of pressure on the coaching staff. Like,
Fair.
I mean, you can look at it two different ways. All right, we have to scheme up how to get him the ball, or just put him in a position and let the offensive scheme and his skill set dictate where the ball goes, and he'll probably end up having a lot of good games. Like there's two ways to go. Just let him play in the offense and see how it goes, or we try to maneuver the offense around. And I'll be interested to see how this staff decides to handle it.
Let's take a break. I want to show what the offense is going to look like as far as new bodies. And we could sit here and we could tell you how many, but I think a visual of how many. And so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull up something to show you exactly how new this offense truly is going to be. So we'll do that when we come back. We've still got weekend winners coming up as well. Stay locked in. It is OTB, and every single Monday brought to you by Bayou Automotive.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com. Pelicanroof.com is the website to go to check out all the 5-star reviews that they've got over there at Pelican Roofing. It is the first thing that you see right there on the homepage. You don't have to go look for it. They don't try to hide anything. It's Google, it's Yelp, it's all of that. 600 plus 5-star reviews, but also you're going to get 5-star human beings when you work with Pelican Roofing. Like truly, like they care so much about the community. They even have a community tab. You go click on that. We talk about all the time the Mother's Day roof giveaway, the Veterans Roof giveaway, the Run with Rufus, always doing something in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette. Go to pelicanroof.com.
Sorry, pelicanroof.com, the best company in Louisiana to work with if you have to do a roof repair or a roof replacement. And we know that for you, for your family, it's a big decision financially. It's not cheap to change that roof. So let them go to pelicanroof.com. You can start the financing options. Let them help you the entire step of the way. Pelicanroof.com.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Tay, can you pull up LSU's offensive depth chart? Scroll this away. Thank you, sir. Keep going. Right there. All right, so I know if you're listening to us on radio, you can't see this, so I'll explain what we're looking at here. All right, so Our Lads is a great tool, great if you're looking for depth charts in the NFL, in college football as well. Like, it's a really good tool. Typically it's pretty spot on as well, so I use this a lot when I'm doing games to kind of see exactly, like, because they'll move it if a guy's got more playing time, whatever. So if I call a game to see kind of what the depth chart is at the time, because the SID typically gives you the depth chart from game one. That's not the same. But it also does this. And so if a player is returning, it's in blue. You can just go to that screen, Tay, so they can kind of see a little bit better on YouTube. If a player is in blue, that means that he is returning. It means he was on your team a year ago. All right, so for LSU offensively, it's got 5 guys, well, 6 if we count Caden Durham, that are returning in the 2 deep. 6 players total offensively in the 2 deep. All right, if you're in like a pinkish red, that means you're a true freshman. That means you're coming in and you haven't been here before, obviously, and you're new to the program. LSU has 2 of those guys right now in the pinkish reddish color, okay? Now, the gold, That means you played somewhere else a year ago. That means you're new to the program. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 players in the 2 deep. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 in the 3 deep.
16 to 22 in your first string, second string as of right now. Brand new players on offense.
This offense, y'all, is a blank canvas. We have no idea what it's going to be. Now, you saw some spring practice. You know Lane Kiffin and his staff and what they like to do, so you're taking that into account. You're trying to make an assessment. But I bring it up so there's a visual so you can see just how much new there is going to be for LSU offensively. And even the guys that it has in blue, like, I don't think Weston Davis is guaranteed anything. He's not promised anything. Bo Bordelon's not promised anything. Braylon Moore's probably going to be your center. Trey is going to be your tight end. Down here at running back, Harlan Berry's going to play a ton. Caden Durham's going to play a ton, but Dylan Jones is going to play a ton. So, like, even in that line of it where there's 2 guys returning, it's not anything guaranteed. So, like, the whole point is outside of Trey Green, returning guys, a lot of that's still up in the air. There's going to be a lot of new. There's going to be faces that we don't know. There's going to be faces that during training camp, the coaches haven't put them in a pecking order yet. Like, it is true competition every single day in the summertime. Just like it was in the spring. When they're out there working out, it is going to be every single day, what are you going to do to go earn your position today? I just don't think we know anything about what it's going to look like. Now, Clemson doesn't know either. Like, Clemson's going to have to try to figure out what it looks like and who the personnel is outside of Trey Green as well. But that just kind of gives you an idea of the complete reset that you had to hit offensively. Tay, pull that up real quick again. And go down to the defense. Because the defense is going to have some for sure. But look at that. A lot of blue. A lot of blue as far as returning players compared to the offense. Sure, you've got some gold mixed in there. You've got 5, 6, 7. You got 8 in the 22. So double the new players coming in on offense.
This is big-time college football, right?
Yeah.
If you're not good at your job with so much money on the line, you don't stay there for very long. So defense was good. So we maintained most of our coaches, and most of the players returning. Didn't have to replace a whole heck of a lot. I mean, you see 5, you got 8 of the first and second string defense are new people. The rest are returners. You go up to offense. Offense was historically bad. It was atrocious. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. All those things are true. 0
coaches retained.
Yeah.
And an entirely new personnel. So that tells you where we're at with college football. If you're not good, you get fired, and we're going to bring new people in. We're going to pay a lot of money. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to pay a lot of money because this is the tell of the tape of what happened last year, right?
Yeah.
Complete reset on offense, and it needed it. My God, did it need it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing it needed was a reset at the coaching.
Yeah.
From a scheme standpoint, what LSU fans are going to see against Clemson, you've never seen in an LSU offense, because Lane has built his offense over years and years of trials and tribulations and figuring out what works and what doesn't work within his scheme. Nobody else runs a Lane Kiffin offense except for Lane Kiffin. Mm-hmm. So we know it's going to be fast. LSU's never seen a fast.
No.
We've seen hurry up situations. We've seen a high tempo, fast paced situations, but from an entire game standpoint, it's a race to see how many snaps can you get. And like this type of offensive philosophy is like, if I can get the more snaps on offense I can get, the more chances I have to put points up.
Yeah.
And we are going to make you play very vanilla in the way we do it. And we've never seen anything like this. So LSU, when you watch the offense take the field the first time, you've never seen these players. Yeah. You've never seen this offense. So, like, what are we going to get? We have no clue.
Yeah.
We just hope it's going to be good. And it better be good with the amount of money invested.
And I think that the track record kind of speaks for itself, that you know it's going to be a much better product than you had a year ago. Now, Matt, maybe you can explain it better. There's a big difference in, like, up tempo, no huddle. Like, let's get to the line and then look to the sideline, or let's get to the line and let's make some checks.
Yep.
Like, this is different than that. Like, this is true. Like, to your point, LSU fans have never seen this before. This is get the ball to the official, spot the ball, snap the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking with one of the defensive guys a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, hey, how's the tempo been for y'all? He goes, man. He's like,
right.
They like these receivers and these, ball catchers, they understand if you catch it outside of the hash, outside of the numbers, like there's a certain way to give the official back the ball. If you catch it in the middle of the field, there's a way to spot the ball. Like if you catch it in the middle between the hashes, like you spot the ball immediately, get on the ball.
Right.
If you catch it outside of the hashes, it's find the official, get him the ball, get on the ball. Like they practice this. And I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I love the fact that, dude, you can make the best catch in the world. There's no celebrating. Mm-hmm. Like there's no first down, which look, I love a good, I love that. There ain't none of that though. Exactly. Yeah, there's none of that. Okay? It's get on the ball, spot the ball, snap the ball, attack. And they are trained. Like I love all of that. I love all of it.
You're going to miss it.
They're not going to have that. Because go back and watch Ole Miss from the last couple of years. You can make a toe-tapping, incredible catch on the best corner in the nation. Typically, you're going to let him know a little bit. Not this. It is find the official, give him the ball, spot the ball, go. And it's something you learn. Maybe if you want to do it like as you line up. Like, hurry up. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
What is it? Did we ever figure out what that
I
is?
don't know, but I can't stand it. Mainly because I don't know what it is.
I'm into it.
Cam Ward
just 'cause
did it.
It's so
Cam
funny,
Ward's
like,
the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Well, so it went from like this to
Yeah.
like now they do I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's evolved.
Yeah,
but I like it.
She's right. The
Yeah.
flap used to be vertical. Now it's like a
I don't hate
horizontal.
it. I just
They
don't know what it
flipped
is.
I don't know what it is either, but I want to do it every
All
time.
I know is my 2-year-old daughter sees her brothers
does
doing
it?
it. Oh,
Hey,
Harlow walk around the house.
I gotta assume
I need
that
a video of
no
Harlow
doubt she
doing
does
that. That
As-
is adorable.
as
Yeah.
most like random celebrations that are created by males and 18 to 25 years old, I assumed it came from some
Like a video game or something.
like vulgar or
Oh.
derogatory
Yeah,
thing. I
probably.
assume it has some undertone to that.
I thought it was like a
but it's like
Fortnite.
not real obvious. I don't know what it is.
Like, ooh, you stink.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know what it is, but I assume most celebrations, that age group of males,
Yeah.
red-blooded American males, sometimes they like to make each other laugh with some
Yeah.
different subtleties.
Yeah.
And
Next time you
that
see Cam
situation.
Ward, you need to ask him.
yeah,
I will.
Like, hey, where did this come from?
Yeah.
But,
Because he's the
um,
first one to do it.
Matt's going to be like, Cam, sign my football card and explain the celebration.
yeah.
I just like see them at the line.
Just hurrying up, like lining up. Yeah.
It's just like a fast forwarded
run-
version of it. Yeah.
They're like as they're running to the back of the.
Look, if they do that, I don't care. I just want to.
Just jogging
Yeah,
back to the-
I just want to get up and go
Yep.
because that is like that's your tool. That is like we saw it a year ago. Like you can't bring all the stuff that you want to bring against them because they line up too damn fast.
Yep.
So you got to change who you are, and that's what offensively. That's what you want to do. You want to be the guy that dictates the pace of the game and the flow of the game. Oh yeah, you can't bring that safety from depth because that safety is just now getting lined up.
And I'll be so excited once the season actually does start to be able to slow that down
Right.
in the film room.
Me too.
And be able to show people exactly what we mean about what the defense is not able to do.
Yeah.
Now we saw it against Ole Miss, like looking at the game film of our defense versus them. You just have to be so vanilla and so bland. And there's a difference between there's regular no huddles. I mean, you can call it race car, you can call it whatever you like.
NASCAR won't go fast.
Yeah, you can call it whatever it is, but most of the time it is some sort of, receivers get on the line of scrimmage. They don't ever come back to the huddle, but the linemen turn around and they kind of muddle huddle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get up there and you go fast to make the defense vanilla for sure.
Yeah.
But you go fast to be able to see what they're trying to do. Now,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily always try to snap it fast. You can snap it fast in a regular no huddle, but you're not you can still hard count. You can triple, you can go on 3. You can do all sorts of different things, and you're really trying to see what they're doing, so you can make an adjustment.
Yeah.
Now in college, you see I hate it, but everybody looks at the sideline, they hold up signs or do whatever they do. I hate all that stuff and the fake clap, of course, but that's the point, is to get up there, try to see what they're doing, make a call and adjustment. And then it's the defensive job. How big of a chess game do you want to play? Do you want to make a change after they make a change? Like, you get into that whole situation. But it's still an up-tempo, but it's still a comfortable pace for everybody.
Yeah.
You're just getting up there to get them in a little bit more bland situation. Now, with this ultra fast, as many snaps as possible, as fast as you can go, the defense has to take another step down from what they can create. Like in a no-huddle situation, you can still have a blitz package on defense. And you're still going to have some sort of blitz package in a super fast no-huddle, but it is so much more bland. Yeah. You can't do anything creative. You can't have double A gap mugs. You can't show one direction, roll back to another. You can't. It's hard to bring a corner from the boundary. Like, it's hard to get creative with your blitzes. So that makes your protections really easy.
Yeah.
You slide protect, let the back clean up everybody else. It's like It's one of those situations where it's really simple calls, but you're going against really simple calls. It's just at that point, who can execute the basics of offense and defense? Who can execute cover 2 versus a double stick better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who can execute cover 3 versus lion dragon?
Yeah.
It's like, who can do these simple things the best? And if you have the better dudes, usually you win.
All right. We'll take a break. Well done, sir. You're hovering over that conversation. I appreciate it.
What happened?
Exactly.
What are we talking about?
We'll close out hour number 2. We've got weekend winners at the top of the next hour as well, so get locked in, ready for that when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com, Gulf Coast Office Products, your absolute leader in office solutions. And obviously they sell all the latest and greatest, the top equipment there. But also you get the incredible customer service of calling a number, talking with a person. The person you talk with the first time is the person that's going to help you out. They don't transfer you to somewhere else. They are here. They are local with all the bells and whistles. That's why the Pelicans, the Saints, the Tigers, the Raging Cajuns all chose Gulf Coast Office Products to be their office solutions partner. Go to GCOPnet.com.
Right, GCOPnet.com. Gulf Coast Office Product, your leader when it comes to that office technology. So if you work in an office, you know how important those copier scanners, printers are. That paper trail is what keeps business going. And when that stops, business stops. So make sure you're working with the best, because they got that best tech, but they also have that award-winning service team. If things go down, they can get it back up and running fast. Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
Makes me want to stay. What they said was real. Makes me want to steal.
All right, welcome back in, OTB.
No. What? It's almost 9.
Oh, my God, I completely forgot about it. I swear to Okay.
How could you forget? He tweeted it.
I swear to God.
And texted us last night.
No, I really did forget about it, though. Like, not even trying to be funny.
Also, who sets a 6:30 alarm for a 9 a.m. appearance?
Who has to set an alarm for 9
when you
a.m.?
live 10 minutes down the road?
He's too excited.
All right.
Hey, Tommy.
Before he comes in and messes everything up.
Hey, Tommy.
Just going to, I don't even know. Who knows?
This would be your first time on with him, huh?
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Godspeed.
Godspeed
Thank
to
you. I did want to make sure I got this in today.
I'm not laughing at any jokes, by the way.
Baseball lost the legend Bobby Cox on Saturday. So the Braves lost Ted Turner.
I did see that.
Their owner, who brought the Braves to the Superstation. And then Bobby Cox, a few days later, again, he passed away on Saturday at the age of 84. Y'all know me. I'm a gigantic Atlanta Braves fan. And what Bobby Cox won 2 World Series, Manager of the Year 4 times, Hall of Famer for Braves Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, like you name it. He has certainly done a lot of incredible things on the baseball field, most ejections as well. So he got his money's worth. There's no doubt about that. There was like a 20-minute reel on social media after he passed away of just him getting ejected. 20 minutes. It was incredible. I had a chance to meet him and talk with him. I forget, like 09 or 10. And somebody posted the picture. I didn't even know there was a picture out there. Somebody posted the picture of me when they came to play the Padres that year. I went down and I used to be one of the first investors in Marucci. So I got a chance to like go down there and like pass out the like talk bats with like, I'm trying to think. I think maybe Brian Giles was using them. I know Gonzalez was using them there for the Padres, but Freddie Freeman was using them. But I got a chance to go down there and like talk baseball with him. It was incredible. And Bobby Cox gave me like 5 minutes of his time, which he certainly didn't have to, and got a chance to meet with him. And again, somebody posted that picture. Didn't even know that or remember that it existed. But
That's awesome.
absolute legend. If you grew up a Braves fan, you just waited for the moment that he was going to explode and come out of the dugout. There's like so many great stories, but I remember the Phillies had hit one of the Braves batters. I think it was Otis Nixon, and then they were about to go out, and Tom Glavine on the mound, and Bobby's like, "Hey, whoever's next, they just hit Otis, one of our best players. Go hit the first guy up, whoever it is." And it was Braves former legend Dale Murphy was the guy that was up. And Tom like looks at Bobby. He goes, "Hey, it's Murph." He goes, "Yeah, throw it at him."
Who cares?
Yeah. So what? What jersey he has on?
Yeah, go get it back for your teammate. And so, I mean, incredible stories over the weekend. Again, Bobby Cox, an absolute legend. 4th most wins, I believe, all time in Major League Baseball. And somebody that certainly will always, always, always be remembered. 84 years old, passed away on Saturday. So condolences to the Cox family. All right, hour number 3 coming back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, Matthew.
Hey.
We got a new partner here, bud.
Yeah, we do.
The only Gator that's going to be talked about on this show in a positive light because they've earned that is Gin Gators.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because we had to sit down with them, and they blew us away. I mean, when your power goes out, don't be the house on the block sitting in the dark. You call Gin Gators, and they are going to be there for you. They are a locally family, as family can be, locally owned company. They're going to offer free estimates, 24/7 emergency service. They're going to work with all major brands. We talked about it, Kohler, Cummings, Briggs & Stratton, Generac. They work with all of them. So go to gingators.com/Baton Rouge or call 225-498-4287.
That's right. For most backup generators, like the engine's made by one company, alternator by another, controls by like when something fails, good luck. Well, with Gin Gators, they are experts at all of this. So go to Gin Gators. That's Gators with a Z, gingators.com.